I am Julianne Savard. They call me Jules, and I am 22 years old. I love basketball because there's just something about the game and how everyone gets so heated up about it. You know, I love how, especially since social media came in, how it's all over Facebook, it's all over Twitter and Instagram, which was actually what got me into it. I have to say that I started loving basketball though through a series that I watched called One Tree Hill, and I don't know, there was just such a brotherhood about it, and I always like to see how different teams come from different places, and not only do you get like the fans backing them, but you know, you get like even celebrities backing them as well, and it's not just about like who's good, it's more of like a loyalty to each team. I find it really funny, especially when the guys get really like riled up about it, and then they start picking who their favorites are, like when fantasy comes around. So yeah, I think that's why I love basketball so much, is because it's just something that unites people, but it also rivals people as well. And it's a really fun game to watch because so much is going on. Assuming you have at least one of your five senses, you know all about Charlie Sheen's new adventure. Charlie's Monday night allegedly consisted of cocaine, booze, a missing wallet and cell phone, a trip to the hospital, and of course, a naked porn star locked in the hotel suite bathroom, fearing for her life. So did anybody see the latest New York Knicks game? Well, at least you saw it. You know, some days you see, you shoot, you score, and some days this happens.
My name is Tin Gamboa. I am a DJ for Magic 89.9.
Okay.
I've been a basketball fan since I was a kid. I started because my grandma moved to Chicago and she started sending us Betamax tapes of the Bulls games. A lot of Bulls games, a lot of Bulls documentaries. So I really grew up loving Michael Jordan.
What's your favorite?
Assuming you have at least one of your five senses, you know all about Charlie Sheen's new adventure. Charlie's Monday night allegedly consisted of cocaine, booze, a missing wallet and cell phone, a trip to the hospital, and of course, a naked porn star locked in the hotel suite bathroom, fearing for her life. So my New Year's resolution was to start giving Carmelo Anthony an easier time. When I saw this in game, at first I thought, oh, he was fishing for a foul. But then, when I watched it again, I figured, hey, he saw the hot dog guy in the stands, wanted to call him out, tinamad, sumigaw na, boy, hot dog, and just threw him the ball instead.
My name is Casey Montero.
What are your current projects?
Right now I host a flagship show on Wave 89.1. It's from 6 to 10 a.m. called The Wild Side, and actually I'll be doing a movie very soon. It's my first movie and my very first movie, and that's why I have this thing growing on my face. Usually I don't look so homeless, but I'll be shooting a movie with Eric Mati and Dingdong Dantes. I'll be a manananggal. It's a dream role for me. I started basketball probably around in 6th grade. My dad threw me a ball. We started playing in school, and it was the year where everyone was wearing really high socks, short shorts, and I stopped playing basketball because I wasn't very good at it. I excelled at baseball and wrestling, but we always had a hoop. So growing up with three brothers, two brothers and myself, we'd always play 3-on-3 tournaments, and that's where I was good because also we could lower the hoop a little bit, and yeah, also being a Seattle Sonics fan, we haven't really had a great team. Maybe in '95 or when we played the Bulls and lost, when Dikembe like beat us with his stupid finger. Like, we in Seattle are like sports deprived, so we really root for our teams. Basketball is one of the sports that we like the most. In game show news, it was a very educational teen tournament week on Jeopardy! And if this young lady learned anything, it's that if you don't know the answer, it's probably best not to ring in at all. In this next clip of the Heat versus the Knicks, apparently somebody forgot to tell Andrea Bargnani that he was actually playing basketball. Instead, he thinks he's playing hot potato.
My name is Nico Ramos.
What are your current projects right now?
I'm a radio DJ for Magic 89.9. I'm a commentator for PBA, for Fox Sports, and for TV5.
Okay.
I don't know if I love winning more than I dislike losing, but because basketball I think is a naked sport. I mean, there's very little room to hide. I mean, physically, like on the surface, the jerseys barely hide anything. So it's so easy to tell who's good and who isn't. It's so easy to tell who wins or loses a game. There's very few arguments, unless you're Doc Rivers maybe, about who deserves to win or lose a particular game. Unlike in some sports, so many other things can get in the way of a victory or a loss. I think in basketball it's a lot easier to tell, so plus it's simpler to understand.
Cool.
In game show news, it was a very educational teen tournament week on Jeopardy! And if this young lady learned anything, it's that if you don't know the answer, it's probably best not to ring at all. Our next clip, in true New York Knick fashion, the only highlight that makes it to the show is an error in Andrea Bargnani proving the cliche that goes, a girl can play better than you. I actually know a girl named Andrea as well who did better than Bargnani in this play. Take a look.
My name is Sean Weinstein.
Okay. What are your current projects?
Current projects, I was a PBA player and I came to Manila initially for that. Currently have a business, it's a PR business that I'm involved with. And I do a lot of side projects. I fly back and forth from here in Los Angeles to get involved in various ventures, kind of B2B setup. So.
Cool.
I've been playing since I was a young age. I started watching the Laker games with my father in front of the couch, sitting there watching, Magic and Kareem, all the old vintage games. So that was very important for our family. We used to get together and really, kind of huddle up and cheer for the Lakers and hope they won. And when the Clippers did well, it was also a good thing. But as of now, actually doing better than the Lakers, which is surprising. But as you know, today they lost a tough game. Chris Paul had a kind of a shaky ending there, so we'll see. Went there, I played AAU basketball. We won a gold medal. Our team actually was the most winningest team for 14 and under division. Trevor Rizzo was on my team. I mean, a lot of players that would come and go. I went from there to high school, played 3 years varsity. We had a tough league, Russell Westbrook, Terrell Wright, Aaron Afalo. So growing up, I was really against a lot of these top competition players. And we kind of grew up playing together. They went to the NBA, I didn't, but PBA is just as good, and I've had a great time. Spent some time overseas. I was fortunate enough to get a college MVP award in NCAA D2. I went to NCAA D1 first under Steve Fisher. Transferred, that's another story for another day, but if we have time, I'll explain that. And now I'm here at PBA. Played in Israel 2 years. Show news, it was a very educational teen tournament week on Jeopardy! And if this young lady learned anything, it's that if you don't know the answer, it's probably best not to ring in at all.
Cool.
Oy vey, Amari, and the New York Knicks tribulations continue.